Hey, everybody. You are watching and listening to the We Are Rising podcast. This is your host, Andrew Benjamin. Right now, not joined by anybody, but hopefully, I'll be joined by my co host, Jay Christian Gary from Focus Fights when he becomes available, but he'll let me know when he's available. Um, since I'm alone, if anybody's in the chat right now, just let me know if you can hear me because I cannot tell if you can hear me or not. So if anybody comes in the chat or is in the chat right now, just let me know that you can hear me. But we are here to talk about RIZIN Landmark 9 in Kobe. And so let me get first we're going to do the poster check because we always review the posters of RIZIN shows. Give me a second to screen share. Okay. We got the pink poster with a lot of the fighters on there. I think it's supposed to be for Sakura season or the flat because I think Sakuras are pink, so that's why they went with the pink aesthetic, unless I am incorrect. But right now, I have to give this poster a thumbs up. It is looking good, looking colorful. I like the fires that they put on there, and it's definitely another great riser poster I would gladly put on the back of my wall so that it wouldn't be so I can have some on the back. Um, Hold on one second. I got to post this in the Discord. This is what happens when you got to do. Hold on one second. Do. Okay. Good. So, okay. We're going to start off. Oh, just to let everybody know, this will be on RIZIN.TV. No more fights. No more fight. Let me show you what RIZIN TV looks like. Oops. Let me show you what RIZIN TV looks like right now. They have upgraded significantly since the last show. As you can see, it's a subscription service now. Got RIZIN Pass and RIZIN Premium Pass, and they have monthly and yearly subscription services. And they have this is the video archive. I know there was a lot about talk about will they have shows from the pre-fight era, and luckily they do. No Bellator prelims as far as I know, but this is from their first show that they ran in 2015, which I think Jiri Chaska versus Ishii, wasn't that the first fight of the of any of the RIZIN shows? I think that was, if I remember correctly. Okay. But yeah, this is where you're gonna watch the show. And let me see. Let's figure this out. Yeah, it's just you're gonna have to subscribe to it. So unfortunately, no more of the days of buying the shows individually. I think that should be an option. Oh, as you can see here, event live stream, replay available for 14 days. I don't like that. You should be able to have the show indefinitely and English commentary, aka English Zoom commentary. Also, keep in mind this looks like it's starting at 12 a.m., which means the prelims will be starting earlier. I'm assuming the prelims will not be airing on this service. They'll probably air up on YouTube. Okay. So let me see. Let's go back to Tapology. And we're going to go over all the fights for RIZIN Landmark 9 in Kobe, which will be at Kobe World Hall. Never been to that venue. I've heard it's a great venue. Actually, they did come out the official RIZIN card, the the fight order today. Let's look up. Let's put that on the screen for you guys. Let's see, and announcing a fight as well, which we'll talk about as well. Where is it? I thought they he's on the Japanese one. Let's see. There it is. So yeah, we got the fight card here. All 12 fights. I thought there was more. Wasn't there more? I thought there was more. I thought there was. It said 15. Unless they don't count. Oh wait, I know they're not. They're not counting these. These are 1, 2, 3, and then they recount them. Okay, I see what they did here. Okay, so let's go back and do the prelim kick matches. And so the 3 matches: Daichi Akihira, taking on Yuki; Shun Matsuyama taking on Shin Sakurai; and Aoi Noda taking on Yuto Uemura. I thought that they're gonna put Yuya and Jackie as part of the 4-fight prelim card, but no, these it's just gonna be 3 opening fights. Nothing much to say about them except that these 3 are. I believe they're all from the Kobe, from the Kansai region. That'd be Osaka, Kobe, Kyoto. They either train out there or they are from there. So and let me see who's. I know Shin Sakurai has already fought in RIZIN, and so has Daichi Akihira. And I'll say this: compared to the other. Landmark 8. I definitely feel that these 3 prelim matches are a little bit higher level than the previous. One at the Landmark 8. Now, that doesn't mean that these guys are going to be main evented K1 or Rise in the future, but I think they should be at least entertaining by considering their from what they give them the prelim scenes. I can see our good friend Josh Rubin is in the chat. What's he asking? Do you think Budokai supports the LGQTB community? Yeah, that's a good question. He is from Thailand, so probably at least a T, I'm guessing, because it is Thailand. That's a lady boy joke. Yeah, that's the other fight we'll soon be talking about is Budokai somehow making it onto the card. So we can go on to the I'm getting messages right now. Hold on. It sucks having to do 2 things at once. Hold on, we might actually have a surprise guest, so I don't have to do this entirely alone. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. We might have a surprise guest come in case if J. Chris doesn't come in. So give us some time. But let me see. I'm just gonna put up I'm gonna get the topologies for I think it was Shin Sakurai. Yeah, I knew he was on RIZIN 41. I think the other one was Daichi Akihira. Let me double check. Yeah. So we got some returning people. We got some new people. Just enjoy them for what they are, folks, because you never know how these they're prelims. Accept them for who they are. I got no pick or stake in any of these games, but they hopefully should be fun. I'm going to skip first right to Yuya Masaya Jackie, which this will be a fun. This will be a great kickboxing match. Yuya, I've seen him a bunch of times in Rise. He's an exciting kickboxer. And Masaya Jackie is also. I think he's from. Let me double check if he's from the Kobe area. I believe he is. Tetsuji Jim. Yes, Osaka. So not Kobe. But he fought in RIZIN quite a while ago. 2022, as you can see there. But without doubt, I think Yuya is gonna probably murder him. It's not gonna be pretty. Yuya is an incredibly aggressive and strong kickboxer. And
What's up?
that's Ohio. You look familiar.
Oh, I do a little bit.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
up?
Thank you for not letting me do this all alone, man. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. I don't know how long I'll have, but for right now, I'll keep you company.
Hold on. And Josh Rubin, did you ever hear about that when that MSG K1 card is so we can crush beers? Unfortunately, they gave 2 dates for it. I don't even remember what they are at this point, but unfortunately, I'm not going to believe that show is actually happening until it actually happens. So yeah, it's if it happens, it's great, but I don't think it's likely going to happen. It's just a feeling. So many places they want to run in New York, and then they never wind up running in New York.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they ran Vegas. Those were events essentially vanity shows.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mike, just quickly, did you have anything to say you wanted to say about the prelim kickboxing matches?
I heard you were talking about I heard the name Yuya. Are you talking about Yuya Masayazaki?
Yeah, well, that wasn't on the prelims. I'm surprised.
No.
It's on the main card. So, but if you want to I was just talking about that because I think that one's going to be a really good kickboxing match.
It is, because honestly, Yuya is, I would call him he's just a rock solid fighter, very good technically, and Masayazaki is a brawler.
Yeah,
he was in. I think he fought in that on the Osaka show, RIZIN 34 a couple years ago, if I remember right.
Yes, you're correct. He did, and he's like you say, he's a brawler. He's not technical, but Yuya, I think, is going to probably murder him. I don't think it's going to be a pretty.
Yuya has excellent combinations. That's something you notice when you see him fight. Like every time, whether it's in RIZIN or Rise, he's double and triples up.
I think he probably would. I think he would have been on the Rise show this past weekend had he not been booked for this RIZIN show. I believe. I think he would have probably have actually been on the show.
Yeah, but Masayazaki is going to need to land a big punch because I think Yuya just outclasses him.
Our good friend Falling Star. I'm glad that he's here because if I was alone, it would just be me and him. It says Mikuru versus Ren, biggest fight in RIZIN, like a Japanese mini Conor versus Khabib in terms of excitement around for fans. I would say bigger in Japan than Conor versus Khabib in the U.S. overall. See, here's the thing. Conor versus Khabib, it was a big match, but that was for MMA fans. I think Mikuru versus Red is going to go beyond the hardcore Japanese MMA fan. I don't know what you think about that, Mike.
Well, it's the biggest fight RIZIN could make, number one, right? And a sign of that is that they're using the stadium configuration for Saitama Super Arena, which, if I read Takakenshin's comments right, it hasn't been done since Masato's retirement fight. That was over 14 years ago.
Oh, that I didn't know. I did not read that.
If I remember reading it right, in like an interview after the presser, he said that that's the first time that configuration's been used, at least for martial arts, since Dynamite New Year's Eve 2009 when Masato fought Andy South.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't, well, at least for martial arts, I'm guessing that, but it must have been for like concerts. I don't know if Taylor Swift ever went to or something like that. I don't know.
I would think Taylor the Tokyo Dome, but even then, this is a big deal. And I believe he said the only reason that they didn't run the Tokyo Dome is because a couple months earlier, of course, Naoya Inoue is fighting Luis Neri at the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah. Also, I know that Tokyo Dome gets brought up a lot in Discord. Tokyo Dome is an insanely expensive venue. The other thing also about Tokyo Dome, it's like a great location, but it's mainly used for baseball and for concerts and for
Yes.
New
Oh my
Japan Pro
God, yes.
Wrestling. It's it's actually not really a great venue for indoor stuff because the way that it's shaped, it's shaped like an egg. It has a nickname, the egg or the
The
big
big
egg. Yeah. And so sound just kind of is weirdly kind of it has this it gets sucked in. Did you go to Tokyo Dome when you went to Japan?
I got a picture in front of it. We didn't
Yeah.
actually get a chance to go to the Giants.
So it's the way when you exit that when you exit the venue, there's like you exit one door and then you wait inside another room because the way it they have to let the air go out or everybody will be like pushed outside the venue.
Hmm.
What do you call it? I'm not good with science or whatever, but whatever that process is. It's like an airplane when it's like they have to depressurize, kind of.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Can't think.
it's not an ideal venue for sports. I know it's one where people think it's I think the reason why a lot of Americans have this fascination with it is because ever since Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson had their fight there, they think it's kind of like the venue, but
Yeah.
it's not really the best venue to have a lot of sports.
No,
And I
it's not.
see surfing Moonwolf always keep up on the prospects in Japan. Looking forward to Daiki Light and Kintaro and Reina Shim Yuri. And
Yes.
also says he hopes that Ryogo Takahashi destroys Yuta Kubo's legs. Never liked Yuta Kubo. Yes, he's also a former Pacific Rim lightweight champion. And we'll get to those fights shortly.
Right. And he's coming off, I believe, 3 losses or whatever it is in one. So he's got a lot riding on this too.
Yeah. Do you have any comments on the prelim kickboxing matches before we move on, sir?
I mean, I just think they'll be fun. So hopefully someone emerges. I mean, I remember Shin Sakurai fighting in RIZIN once before, if I remember right, but it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was. It was. And it was prelim as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, I don't know enough about them. I mean, actually, I did see an Oe Noda. I can't remember if he was at the Crush show I saw, or he may have been on a K1 undercard. But regardless, I believe he's 6'5" so he's okay. So
Yeah.
but hopefully, like I said, hopefully someone emerges here. But he is a K1. I think he's a K1 group fighter, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm. Also, SMW, I'm going to call you that, says Ursan versus Shibata is going to be wild. And Shibata has Jiu-Jitsu, Tough Striker versus Grappler, but War ends in RIP Kid Yamamoto. Yes, RIP Kid. We're going to move on to the first actual MMA fight. Actually, no. I usually like to do kickboxing stuff first, but I think we'll save the actual main event kickboxing fight for when it comes up. But we're going to go by the card. Yusaku Nakamura taking on Arman Azimov, all the way from Uzbekistan. Let me get up.
Is he from Uzbekistan or Kazakhstan?
Oh, sorry, Kazakhstan. Excuse me. Sorry, Kazakhstan. Somewhere from the stands. Anyway, what's interesting about him is that Azimov has not fought in about 2 years, or at least close to 2 years. Actually, no. In MMA, he hasn't fought in over 3 years. Yet he had a boxing fight in 2022 for whatever reason, but he hasn't fought in MMA for 3 years. I don't know why. I couldn't find out if it was an injury or something. And we know, Yusaku Nakamura, he always seems to just somehow get a fucking win when he shouldn't. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Mike, I think we both agree that Azimov should win this, right?
Yeah, but with Nakamura and his how herky-jerky and how awkward he is, if Ashimov's rusty, we could see an upset.
I mean,
I don't know enough about Ashimov. I haven't seen him fight, but based on Nakamura's style, I mean, his experience, you would think I'll pick him to win. But if he gets hit flush, boom, it's over. You're muted.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. He has never been finished, Ajimov. The only time he's ever been finished is when he had a hand injury in a fight. But other than that, he's only had one decision loss. I watched his fight. He's fast. Great grappler. He's got striking power as well for 125. Honestly, I would have liked to. I think Ajimov versus Takagi would have been a more interesting fight. I'm just worried. Listen, we know that Nakamura is the resident flyweight jobber for them. They want some. I wouldn't even say gatekeeper. At this point, he's the guy they want to lose in a fight to put somebody else over. And so, Ajimov, I'm picking. I think he should maul him, in my opinion. But this is Nakamura again.
Anything can happen.
Anything could happen, and I don't need that necessarily in a good thing, in a good way. Excuse me. SMW says Fat Ninja's going to give Dave Strasser Kichi a fun fight for the first time. We'll see. We'll see. That it is. I won't say this. Maybe it's a second
at this point.
Yeah. It's you're starting to run out of opponents for Fat Ninja at this point, unfortunately, because he's defeating all of them. We did Yuya versus Masai Jackie. Let's go on to the fight that was announced late last night at a press conference that I think would, I don't think anybody had this on their 2024 bingo card. I actually almost forgot to add it when I did the StreamYard thing. I was going over the thing. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this fight. Buakaw versus Minoru Kimura. So, I mean, Mike, thoughts on this seemingly bizarre last minute fight?
If for any other card, this would be a main event. That's how good this fight is. If Kimura actually fights, and of course we know why he hasn't since June, because he pissed dirty 3 times, 4 times, whatever it's been.
So he was supposed to have the fight with Anpo.
Yes, twice.
And then, yes, he failed the first time.
Yep.
Did he? And then I think after that,
he failed again.
No.
New Year's.
Yes. They tested him again.
He tested positive, but then I think the latest test in February, if I read the translation right, he's clean. He tested clean.
Yeah. Let's see if we can keep it up, because I think he's gotten bigger since he looks bigger than he is normally. I could be wrong.
You're not wrong. I mean, as far as the fight itself, I love both fighters. Been a fan of Kimura since 2015 when I started watching the new K1. And Buakaw, of course, is a legend. Muay Thai base. Kimura is more boxing. He probably has the best boxing of any kickboxer I've ever seen, in my opinion, besides Masato. I think if Kimura is on and Buakaw's defense, and Buakaw is not sharp, I think Buakaw can get knocked out, but I just think Buakaw is going to overwhelm him with knees and leg kicks.
SMW says Minoru is avoiding Ampo. We're going to need all that juice to beat Rukia. It's also, I don't think either of these guys are cutting weight for this fight. I think they're fighting at their natural weights.
It's a catch weight, I think.
Oh, it is a catch. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because neither guy would have enough time to get to 154 or whatever it's going to be, 70 kilos or whatever.
Yeah. I think Buakaw's only been knocked out once in his entire
Yoshihiro Sato, I believe it was, with the right hand in 2009, I want to say it was.
500 fights or whatever absurd tie record he has, and he's only been knocked. I think that's the only time he's ever been knocked down as well, I think, right? I don't think he's ever been knocked down in any other fight besides the one he got knocked out in. I don't know shit about Muay Thai. Maybe somebody else in the chat knows who's watched all 500 fights of Buakaw's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with his K1 Max days, but that's
but he's known for his chin.
Yes.
He's known.
Chin.
Yeah. Do you think he could withstand the punches of Kimura?
I'm not sure, because if I remember right, in his last fight against Ampo and RIZIN, he got hit a lot.
But Anpo doesn't really. I don't want to say he doesn't have knock. He doesn't have the knockout power that Kimura has.
No,
think
and
Kimura,
that's what I was getting to. If
Okay,
Kimura
gotcha.
hits him with a sustain flush enough times, I do think he can knock him out. Because Buakaw, obviously being, I believe he's 41 now, I want to say, 41, 42. He's getting up there in age. So at some point, the body does give out, and he's fighting a vicious puncher. So it would behoove him to break Kimura down with leg kicks and body punches.
The other thing about Kimura, though, is that he's got exceptional
Hands.
He's got exceptional hands, but he's also like conditioning. He can go 3 rounds.
He can, but he also is kind of slow afoot.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely not as fast. Oh god, this is a hard one to pick. Who do you have?
I'm going Buakaw by knockout.
Okay. I don't know if he's gonna be able to. Kimura has been knocked out by lesser fighters than I would say Buakaw.
Yeah. I believe he got beat by oh my god,
was it Nori?
Damn it, Wajima, Hiromi Wajima.
Wajima, yes, that was
it. He lost in, was it Crush many years ago? I think it was. He had that
Did Red beat him?
Losing streak.
Oh, he also had Red beat him as well, I believe, right?
No, he beat Ren.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He beat Ren, and I think Ren's third pro fight, whatever it was.
Okay. Just look at it what if anybody wants to go back and look at Kimura, look at him when he fought Charles Bennett and look at him now. You're gonna see an insane transformation. Like
basically, he looks like a Brazilian Ultimate Warrior.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. I think Buakaw takes this. I think Buakaw. I don't know if he'll knock him out, but I think Buakaw is smart enough to weather the storm. That Kimura is gonna be all power. He's gonna be all power, and I think he's gonna get tired. He does tend to get tired as the fight goes on. The fights with him, it's all about the first round knockout. If he doesn't get that first round knockout, he then starts getting desperate. He starts making mistakes. It's very easy to pinpoint where he's going to throw and all that. And also the other thing is, I don't know if did they announce that they're allowing elbows for this?
I didn't catch that. It said RIZIN kickboxing rules. I didn't see anything about elbows being allowed.
Okay, if they decide to allow elbows, well, let's just say that on the day of they just decide to allow elbows, then Buakaw is going to destroy him. There's no chance for him. But yeah, I think I'm giving this a Buakaw, and I think I would have been happy if they would have done Buakaw and Anpo again. I think because their match went to a draw, they need to have settled the score of that. But RIZIN is so desperate to do that Kimura Anpo match so bad. They really want to do it so bad.
It's a money match.
It is. It's the second biggest kickboxing match you could probably do in Japan, other than maybe Takeru Tenshin 2. I don't know. Maybe something with Yuki Yoza down the line. I know he won this past weekend
by Jewel Jammer.
Yeah, I didn't see the entire show, but I know that there's a lot of people that are big fans of his.
Yuki Yoza is very good, but I mean, I thought he was having problems with K1 last I heard, but I guess that was resolved.
SMW says that he'll be cheering for Buakaw, but he'll find it's funny if Masato's in the crowd if Buakaw wins. That'd be funny. That'd be funny, and then he challenges the winner, whoever that would be. He also says Sakaki Barra wants another star. He needs to have Anpo destroy Minura via jumping switch kick. Well, hopefully that fight will happen when Minura puts down the fucking needle and stops taking shit that he shouldn't be taking. He doesn't need all that shit to be a good kickboxer. He's good enough as he is. There's a reason why he's not in MMA anymore. Sorry?
He's a great kickboxer.
Yeah, exactly.
Come here.
What do you think about them announcing this last minute?
I would have saved it for RIZIN 46.
I don't even think you needed to save it for 46. You could have saved it for the card, the
RIZIN?
Yeah, Super RIZIN, yeah.
Maybe Buakaw wasn't available. because I believe he's been busy as hell these last couple of years, hasn't he?
We're getting this match this year because the Pacquiao match fell through.
Yeah,
Remember
because
there's
Pacquiao's
Pacquiao.
fighting Conor fucking Ben.
Yeah, so I don't know if this was in their plan. I'm gonna say it is because they had Buakaw and Anpo. They were definitely gonna bring back Buakaw, I think. But and maybe Kimura at some point. But I don't know if they were planning this early. But since Buakow's thing with Pacquiao is over with, this is another way to see that Kimura is on his best behavior.
Mhm.
So you get to kill two birds with one sword. You get your Buakaw match, and you get your Kimura trying to not do steroids, prove he can not do steroids match.
Yeah, because Sakakibara did say if he pisses dirty again, he's banned from RIZIN for life.
Yep, and I think he's serious. I don't think this isn't like some bullshit. I don't think we'll ever see him again.
I'll put it to you like this, Andrew. If he wasn't a star, he would have been gone already.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if he's smart, he'll also realize there's not a lot of places for him to go because I don't know if K1 would take him back, and then where else? Maybe one.
Where would he
one
go?
of the, well, sorry.
Where would he go? Glory?
Oh, that's well, maybe that's a maybe, but his maybe one would be the only place I would take him. I think.
If one's still in business by that point.
Yeah, if they're still in business. Yeah, if there's another one champion, one show in Japan. We're gonna move on to Yuta Kubo taking on Ryogo Takahashi, fresh from his losing stint in one, and I think he had a fight in Pancras. But yeah, another guy who's defected from one. So the rats are leaving sinking ship, as they say.
Yeah.
What do you think about this fight? Kubo's on the up and up. Takahashi's on the down and down. It seems like.
I'm interested in this fight just to see how Yuta Kubo's grappling is because, I mean, let's face it, fighting someone who had, a couple weeks MMA experience total for Rukia Ampo for New Year's, I'm not sure how to assess that win. Whereas Takahashi might be coming off a losing streak, but he's really experienced, and he is a good fighter. So, and he's the vastly superior grappler. So we'll see. I'm not sure, to be honest. But I would go with Ryogo Takahashi by submission. And can you go back up, Andrew, real quick? Let me see. And his last two losses were, a draw and 2 split decision losses. So it's not like he was blown out. So, little misleading.
Also, when it says Amir Khan beat him, I don't know. That's because I'm curious to know how he lost to Amir Khan because Amir Khan is good sometimes and then shitty other times.
Yes, really up and down, and not the Amir, and of course not the Amir Khan, the former boxer.
Yeah, of course. And then Kubo's been on a winning streak so far.
He also beat a good win in karate. Sorry, Andrew. I was just going to say.
Oh no, yeah.
Beating karate, Kinoshita looks much better now.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, listen, that was probably the toughest fight he had as an MMA fighter, to tell you the truth. Not counting yeah, but that's what happens when you pit a grappler and a kickboxer. It's kind of obvious what's going to happen. But against we're not going to count the Yokota fight, the Kinoshita fight, and the Ampo fight. It showed the basics of MMA that he has, and that he knows what to do. Will it be good enough for Ryogo, do you think? Or do you think Ryogo is going to know what to do?
Yeah, I think Ryogo's experience is going to make the difference. I think he submits Kubo maybe round 2.
Mm-hmm. So SMW is saying that Takahashi's last fight is controversial in Penguins. He thought he got clipped with an accidental headbutt. And no, that's a draw. That's not a draw, but TKO KO. What did that be? What did that be? So they headbutted, and so maybe because it was later in the rounds, they then decided to just go to decision. I think that's what it sounds like. I could be wrong.
Could be.
He said that Sure Dogs has Takahashi's record correctly. Decent fight though, but hoping Ryogo Takahashi wins. Dude is pretty fun to watch, especially when he was in Shuto. Dude murdered people.
So if it's Share Dog, then what is he? Four losses in a row?
Let's see here. Ryogo Takahashi. Ryogo Takahashi. Sure dog.
Yeah, and Andrew, I only got maybe 5-10 more minutes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so sorry to cut it short, man.
Oh no, that's fine. Oh, there it is. I was spelling his name wrong. 14-8. Okay, 14-8. Okay. Actually, funny enough, all his losses come by TKO. So he is fighting a guy who is a striker. Post fight declared TKO from the doctors, but because replay showed Rio didn't. Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to still go with Yuta Kubo on this. Okay. If this guy's I'm gonna go with Kubo on this. If he's lost by 4 times by KO, I'm gonna have to say that that does not bode well. And he has no submission wins as well. So I don't know. Does he know grappling, or is he just a stand-up guy who's won on points?
Or maybe ground and pound?
Yeah, that's true as well. He just knows basic grappling. Nothing that's not like an Ota or Kleber. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Kubo to win.
It's gonna be interesting. It's a veteran versus an up and coming kickboxer.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm not looking forward to it too much, because if these two guys are both strikers, then it could become a stalemate. There's always that worry about it becoming a stalemate. Well, do you have time to talk about the true main event of the show,
which is Takakenshin?
Takakenshin versus Cody Jerabek.
Sure. I don't know anything about Jerabek. Takakenshin's not very good, so I just hope for a good heavyweight brawl.
So Jerabek is 1-0. Mm-hmm. He's won 1 MMA fight. He is a disbarred, I think, or suspended lawyer from Wyoming as well. Apparently, he was having relations with clients, which obviously you cannot do. But he's won most. He's had his fights in karate combat. Mm-hmm. He's also a middleweight.
Okay, yeah, that's Japanese matchmaking for you.
I mean, here's the thing. I wonder when Shingo was looking at people when they're like, let's try to book Takakenshin. Like, I'm trying to think of where they got, like, they're just looking through opponents. I wonder what made them go, this guy.
Probably because he's potentially easy win.
Potentially, but so was supposed to be Kaiju Killer. And Takakenshin almost, I'll give him credit, he almost won, but yeah. I'll say this. I saw pictures of Takakenshin recently. He's looking nice and trim and fit. He's looking a lot less heavier than what he used to be. This is going to be the meme fight. I'll probably stay up as far as to watch this and go to sleep, but I mean, any other analysis?
Like, for this fight or in general?
Yes, for this.
Hopefully they beat the hell out of each other. That's really all I can say. I don't know what else I can really say about it, because it's an 0-3 guy versus a blown up 1-0 middleweight. It's classic Japanese matchmaking.
They should have gotten the guy who fought Sidario, that guy who was a middleweight. Remember the guy that Sidario fought on last minute notice when Todd Duffy pulled out?
Oh, the Korean.
Yeah, they should have gotten him.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting fight. Or
but I could also think that they're like, okay, but this guy almost survived 3 rounds with his brother, which means he could potentially beat Takakenshin. So they're like, we got to scrape farther down the barrel.
We couldn't have brought in a deep jobber.
I think the problem is that some of those deep guys, even the worst of them, can still potentially. They really want to give him a win. They really want to give this Takakenshin guy a win, because if his brother goes to the UFC, which I don't think is going to happen anymore, or they want to at least try to book. I hope they try to book a fight between him and his brother. That would be hilarious. They want to. You got to do if the guy gets a win, right?
Yeah.
Or
at least something. While the iron's hot.
Yeah. I think this fight's gonna be so funny. This is gonna be this generation, but this year's Rizin's Bob Sapp, Osunarashi, Gabby Garcia versus Lady Tapa. I'm looking forward to this fight. Ironically, it's gonna be amazing.
Horrible. It's great.
Yeah. Do you have to go now, by the way?
I can stay for a few more minutes. But what fight do you want to do next?
Oh well, quickly. Any prediction? You may
I'll go
by
KO.
Takakenshin. You know what? Let's give him a shot. Takakenshin KO first round. He celebrates his first win, and then challenges his brother. SMW says Kubo's personality is so dull, and he can't even win an argument with Sarah. I think they're separated now. They're divorced. I believe that they are no longer a couple. And Lukia let him win. Well, because Lukia didn't know any grappling as well. So we're gonna move on to where I can find it. Kintaro versus Daiki Lightyear. Oh, there it is. Daiki Lightyear versus Kintaro. Both on losing streaks, by the way. Kind of like that because it ups the stakes a little bit. Kintaro has not looked good. He has not looked good in a lot of his most recent matches. No, I think he had an injury as well, a back injury. He was supposed to fight Kuramoto, which I'm surprised they haven't tried to run back. And I don't know. It could be potentially one of those Cain Velasquez type back injury that just you just don't recover from for whatever reason. Any thoughts on this match, Mike?
I haven't seen Daiki Lightyear since that flying knee knockout at RIZIN Trigger a couple years ago. We fought, but some veteran he won, and then Lightyear is on a losing streak as well. So I can't really say. Yeah, as you said, Taro's look horrible.
He has not. Sorry.
He's just tentative in everything he does now.
And also he's a. I'm looking at the wrong Daichi. Excuse me. Give me a second. No wonder because I look up to both down.
His record?
He is 10, 11, and 3. If this is to be accurate.
They probably have him under contract for another fight, so I figure they figured it's two veterans and it fills out an undercard.
SMW. They actually they were on one of the RIZIN Confessions things. I think it was right after the Alpo fight, and they listed Sarah as Kubo's ex-wife. I believe that's what they titled her. And he says also Daiki Lightyear, though I'm a fan of both fighters, hasn't looked good at all in his fight. So I get this is a case of who you think has looked the worst. They both have not looked good. I'm trying to think of who has faced the tougher. Kintaro's probably fought tougher competition. I think overall probably. In those losses. Kyoji Horiguchi obviously.
He's lost his last 4 fights though.
Sorry?
He's lost his last 4 fights, so
yeah, that's true. Matoya, Inoue as well, both tough people, and Koichi Ishizuka, which a fight that I remember that being a very close fight though as well.
It was, and it was also really boring.
Yes, I remember that as well. So who do you think is going to snap their losing streak?
I'm going to go. I like him still, so I'm going to go with just Kintaro. I think his southpaw style is going to be too much, and he's actually pretty fast when he actually wants to move and use his speed. He doesn't throw enough.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. I would normally be like, yes, I agree with that, but the problem is that ever since that back injury, the fastness has dissipated. That aggressiveness is no longer there anymore for him. He's just he moves a lot slower. He's not that Kintaro that debuted in RIZIN who was knocking out people in Pancreas like he used to.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
You know,
Agreed.
I'm sure that Daiki's Lightyear's losses are not, are just as, he's been finished more, so I can kind of see where you're coming from. But man, no, I just have to go from what I see from Kintaro and be like, this guy is way too slow. Like if Lightyear prepares the fish, like if he knows that like Kintaro's not a great grappler, obviously that's how he can win, and just kind of just make him not be able to not make him do any offense, and then you can easily. That's how you beat Kintaro at this state.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm hoping you're wrong because I still
Yeah.
I still think he's got something to offer Ryzen.
Oh, he's a draw still for that crazy Osaka crowd, and his I'll say unsavory company that he supposedly keeps. I'll just say that. Do you still have time, or you gotta go?
I'm gonna have to get going though, Andrew. But thank you for having me on.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for making me listen to the sound of my own voice. Appreciate it.
Yep. I'll talk to you later, man.
Okay, take care. Okay, super. Wolf, you say that you think a Kintaro is gonna take it? Sometimes a losing streak brings out the kill or be killed mentality. That's true, yeah. And then he's known for in Pancras and Ryzen. Yeah. And then yeah, that back injury. So he was supposed to fight Kintaro, taking it was supposed to be Kintaro and Kuramoto. And then he got the back injury and he was gone for a long time. And then he's not looked good since then. Super King 361, man, shit your goofy ass up. Nice to know that you had no father in your life, I guess. And surfing move. I'll stick around and listen. Always appreciate talking to others who like watching JMA. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's move on to the next fight. Oh, okay. Monkey Shibata. Let me get that up. Monkey Shibata taking on Ursan Yamamoto, who has actually looked good in his most recent fights. So, a case of the grappler taking on the submission grappler taking on the wrestling grappler. Let me get their things up. Okay. Shibata is 18-7. And he beat Kohei Sugiyama. I don't remember that. Lost to Shinryu, no surprise there, and has a win also over Tomohiro Dania, and lost to Inoue. Okay, interesting. So he's taking on some pretty good competition, it looks like. But Ursan has been actually looking good of recent, despite his 4-6 record. That Fukuda fight, he was winning. And then, unfortunately, it's Japanese MMA. You get a cut. They can't stop the cut. They're going to, unfortunately, stop the fight. They're not going to let you bleed all over the ring. And he had the Yuki Ito fight, and he just plowed through Ito. I think this will be the fight that we can actually see whether Ursan has good submission defense. All of his fights, I think all but one, he's lost by, when he's been finished, it's always by submission. And it's because, kind of like his mother, he puts himself in these dangerous positions and he just doesn't, he has that wrestler mentality. He never protects his neck. He's over compensating. He's always over. He's not taking. Problem with wrestlers is that if they think too fast, they get themselves caught in submissions many times. That's what happened with Cain Velasquez and Verdum. I know that Oliveira has submitted many wrestlers as well that way too. If Ursan is careful and doesn't get caught in any of Monkey's submissions, if he doesn't fall into any Monkey's traps, I think this could be a fight that he can definitely win. Urson has looked good, like a killer in his wins. Think he'll want to keep it standing, though. I think so too. I think that's how he wins. I don't think he's going to win on the grounds at all. So I think he has to keep this in. I think I'll definitely say his striking is much better than Shibata's. Would you say Surfing Moon Wolf if you're still here? I think that's definitely. I think he's a much better striker. Now, whether he's going to want to wrestle, because that's his bread and butter is wrestling. And the Yuki Ito fight, he was not afraid to wrestle a guy who was a much better MMA fighter than him. So that's the thing I'm curious to see. He'll want to channel his inner Kid Yamamoto. Yeah, that might be the way he wins this fight, potentially. So apparently we might have another guest as well who wants to join. Let me see if this person wants to chime in. If I can learn how to message people on here. So we might have one more guest join, but yeah, Urson's striking is much better than Shibata's, who has no offense to him, has bad striking. Jiu-Jitsu though is on a planet, another planet of violence. Excuse me. So yeah, it's striker versus grappler. Submission is. I think I'm gonna have to agree with you, SMW. That's how he wins. I think he's got to keep it standing. And
You hear me?
Guest. Oh, J Wolf. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing? Hey, I was watching the show. I saw you needed someone help finish the show. I can't be on video this time. Is that all right?
Oh, that's fine. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Okay.
I was on video. I wasn't on video for you and Chris on video.
I know, right? This is payback for the Focus Fights no show on video.
Yeah. So we were just talking about Monkey Shibata and Urson. Any thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, I wanted to see if they're gonna let Urson wear his wrestling shoes into the cage, into the landmark cage.
I don't think they don't allow that anymore. I think when RIZIN came out with a whole bunch of rules, this is the same time that they said that they're allowing elbows for all MMA matches. They also said that no wrestling shoes will be allowed. So I think
they did cancel out wrestling shoes completely? Oh, okay. Yes. Never mind then. Oh, bummer. Yeah. Okay.
I can't remember the last time I think it was Jay Kuhn and Rocky Martinez was maybe the last time it's ever happened. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I can't believe I missed that announcement that they didn't allow wrestling shoes no more. That's interesting. Well, because that was like a staple. Every time that Urson would go in there, he'd always be in wrestling shoes. So that's what I was thinking was going to happen. But other than that, I mean, this is at flyweight. Urson needs a win. If you listen to the Focus Fight show, I think this could be a unofficial, qualifier for the flyweight Grand Prix that's going to happen later this year.
If it happens, don't count your chickens before they hatch, Jay Wolf.
Oh, I'm counting on it.
Any pick?
Yeah, I want to go with Urson, but I don't know. I think we were talking about the other guy is coming off a 2-fight win streak, but he hasn't fought for a while, so he's going to be dealing with some ring rust. So, I don't know. It's a pretty good pick and fight, I think, but we'll see how it goes. I'm rooting for Urson though.
Well, also, Urson has not looked bad in his last matches, so I'm not going to count him out. I think Urson's going to win this fight. I really do. I think he's been showing that he is that he's not making the mistakes that he's made before at flyweight. So yeah, I think Urson's going to win this fight. He's my pick.
All right, cool. And then he can be a prime combatant for the bracket for this flyweight Grand Prix is going to happen later this year.
Yeah. Let's see. Following stars, the question: do you think RIZIN budget actually increases because we are in the third month of the new year and we haven't had a major signing yet? This I want the most for RIZIN this year. I don't know if their budget has increased, but well, I'm trying to think of who's any major signings. Let me guess. Listen, Buakaw ain't coming cheap. So yeah, I don't know if they have a bigger. We'll have to wait. Well, let's see how. If all the budget right now is for Mikaru and Ren at this point. That's until other things are announced. That's all the budget.
Yeah, exactly.
That's most of the budget.
And then you know what they're going to spend most of the money on later this year for New Year's Eve?
Cape of the Jays too. I'm not so sure. Wait, do you get what that means?
Cape with the Jays too. Oh, he means the wrestling shoes.
Oh yes. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he wore them against was it Sasaki? I think that was the last time. Yeah, I remember now. God, that was so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah, but
anyway,
to answer Surfing Moon's question, they might be, and you're actually absolutely right. They might be signing people for the Super RIZIN 3 event with Mikuru and Ren. And I was making a joke with you about Money Mayweather Pacquiao 2 for New Year's Eve. That's what they're going to be blowing all the money on this year. But there is a free agency period coming up soon because, as you know, Bellator, they're doing, running 8 shows, and then they're going to be folded into the PFL completely. And I don't know if you just saw today, it was announced that Combate Global had picked up a woman fighter from PFL Bellator, Alejandra Lara. She was in the top 10 at a flyweight of women in Bellator, and she's fighting one of Combate Global's stars. And that's interesting because she did not get put into the PFL women's flyweight season this year, right? And that's loaded with a bunch of women from Bellator's top 10. But Alejandra Lara, she was part of that top 10, and she was, I guess, released or free agency or whatever, and Combate Global picked her up. So it's going to be real interesting to see, because I was thinking they would have to wait until Bellator folded next year before the free agency period started. But if it's already happening now, if they're already releasing fighters, especially top 10 ranked fighters, man, I want to see what's going to happen for Super RIZIN 3. I guarantee you they'll pick up some for that event because that's going to be huge.
Well, here's the thing about those contracts. So I think that some of those fighters are still. I wonder. I think that was Lara's contract up and they just didn't renew it. Were a bunch of those? I wonder if those fights they just didn't renew them rather than release.
She was in the top 10. The bottom half of the top 10, but she was in the top 10, if I recall correctly. I mean, I couldn't look it up because they did away with their rankings, and stupidly. But it was just shocking to see because I know for a fact she used to be in the Bellator's top 10, and then to see Campbell McLaren and Mike Afromowitz announced that she had signed with Combate Global today, and is going to be on their May 11th card against Lara Loba, one of their hot girl fighters. And it's just real interesting. I was thinking, man, so is the free agency period started right now already? Because if she's a top 10 fighter, then she was still under contract. No way that they would just let a top 10 fighter go, that was still under contract like that without saying something. But hey, you might be right. Maybe she wasn't, because I could not see the rankings. Like I said, they did away with the rankings stupidly, but if she wasn't, they just let her go. And okay, but I want to enjoy this, thinking that it's still the free agency period is happening right now. But also, another factor that could factor into this.
Sorry, J-Wolf, unfortunately, I can't. I got like maybe 10 or 15 minutes left, so unfortunately.
Okay. I was just thinking about Yachi. Yachi's been sent over to Bellator. They're going to be sending over some more guys from Bellator to the Epic RIZIN, specifically, I'm guessing, for a Super RIZIN 3.
Sure. You guys, you're watching K1 this week?
Oh, you darn right. I already bought it. It's on Fight TV or Triller TV. $20. Starts at 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow night.
I won't be staying up to watch all the fights, but maybe like first 5 or 6, depending on also how they stretch out the show as well, because those shows can be long.
But the Triller comes with the replay, so you don't have to stay up all night.
Yeah, that's true. Infinite replay, not 14 days like RIZIN TV. Strategic versus Fat Ninja. J-Wolf, I know you talked about on Jay Chris's show yesterday. What are your thoughts on this fight?
I love it. It's going to be the toughest test of Fat Ninja's career, and he's going to be at that, as Jay Chris likes to say, the unicorn weight, welterweight for Japanese MMA. So
I think we gotta stop calling it that, because they've booked enough fights where it's like, okay, they're starting to actually care about this division. It's still not a lot, but it's still a lot more than I thought that they're going to. Especially in the time period, the amount of time. It's not like one middleweight, one welterweight fight a year.
Yeah, exactly. And who knows if that free agency period started already, if they might sign some guys from PFL Tour that are not in the welterweight season this year. So, I mean, who knows? It could be, this could be seriously for Fat Ninja. This could be like not a star making performance, but like, well, is this his first one at welterweight or is his second one at welterweight?
Second welterweight. He beat Daichi Abe at welterweight.
Oh, that's right. God, I can't believe I forgot that again. But
no, I'm sorry, that was at middleweight. He beat oh my God, what's the?
No, you're right. It was Abe. It was Abe.
Oh, it was Abe. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So this is really going to establish him at welterweight for sure. So, and then it just depends on if how long can Strasser make it last, right? Can he go? Take him into the deep waters into the third round, because we've never seen Fat Ninja go past the second round, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see what his gas tank's like.
Here's my logic why Fat Ninja's gonna beat him. He's been submitted by lesser MMA fighters like Neil Magny. I think Neil Magny is not this world-class grappler. Fat Ninja is. The only way that he's going to win is on the feet, and if the fight, he can prolong the fight. Yeah, now, that's a good point you bring up. How does Fat Ninja, if he goes beyond the first round, how does he do? What does he do to make adjustments? Because we have not seen that. And Strasser can possibly do that. He almost made the second round of Daichi Abe, but if Strasser can, that's probably his best effort to try to let the fight go on. It may not make an exciting fight, but that's the way he's going to win, because that's going to really test Fat Ninja's
his gas tank. Exactly.
His conditioning, and he's gonna win on the feet. That's how Strasser will win this fight. It will be on the feet.
Yeah, and see how the weight cut affects Fat Ninja, because is it a hard weight cut for him or what?
Yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how he looks like on weigh-ins. But I think Fat Ninja is gonna win this. I think he has looked impressive in all of his fights. Let's see how his striking looks. He's been training at Battle Box, which is a great boxing gym. I believe that's where Kimura trains out of. And so, I'm looking. Yeah, I think Fat Ninja is going to win this. I think he's going to go on a long winning streak until he faces. I shouldn't say legitimate, but really high level welterweights. Whether that be guys formerly of UFC or Bellator or PFL. I want to see somebody if he beats Strasser, he needs to fight somebody like that. I can't think of any names off the top of my head.
Agreed 100%. And if whatever welterweights are not in the PFL Tour season,
like a Goti Yamauchi
he's in PFL Tours. He's in the PFL Tour season right now.
Oh, he is. Okay, I thought he was in I thought he was in Bellator, but yeah, he's gonna have to face people like that, Goti Yamauchis and even Gracie's. The Logan.
He's also in the PFL bracket for their season. Okay. Yeah.
Well, okay, but let me say this. But like people of that stature.
Exactly. Agreed. Agreed 100%.
If he's plowed through all these people like he has, then that means that's the level he has to be fighting at. Everybody else is
and like we're saying, if the free agency period has already started, that's the type of guys that need to be signing. Whoever from the PFL Tour and Bellator who is not in the PFL seasonal bracket from the Bellator's welterweight class is going to be a free agent. Sign them up, get them on the supervising card or whatever for Fat Ninja.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. This is the fight. This is my fight of the night.
J-Wolf. Mike, you're back?
Yeah, apparently I have some time, so if you'll have me.
Oh nice.
Okay, great. Well, guys, I got about 15 minutes, so J-Wolf, control yourself, good sir.
Okay.
Reina versus Yuri Shim. J-Wolf, I'll start with you, sir. Think of this.
I absolutely love this fight. This is my hot girl fight. I love Reina, and Yuri Shim is also a beautiful woman. They're both gorgeous women, and Reina, she's absolutely. I call it a striker queen because her striking is it's gorgeous. She has the nicest flying stomp technique in the entire Japanese mixed martial arts. Her flying stomp technique is so beautiful. I want her to teach a seminar across all the Japanese mixed martial arts gyms across all of Japan. That's how nice her flying stomp is. It's the best flying stomp since Shogun Hua. It's sensational.
She was training at Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand, so maybe she taught people that there. potentially. So
Oh, I hope so.
Maybe we'll see more stomps from the fighters from that camp. Who knows? Mike, your thoughts?
I love this fight too because it's Rena versus a former, I believe, Road FC champion at this weight, and it's a must-win for her, coming off that loss to Claire Lopez. So, and as you said, training at Tiger Muay Thai, I expect her to be a lot sharper than she was last time.
Sure. I really recommend, if you haven't, listen to Drake's interview with Yuri Shim, and then I think CJ has an interview of her coming out as well. She quit MMA, or was going to quit MMA, and then took a long break for a while. And she was just kind of like floating in MMA for a while. Then she won the championship, like you said. And then she was like, okay, her coach convinced her to stick with this. It's really fascinating. And if you look at, I apologize, Mike, I'm going to just make this one point. We're getting a lot of Korean fighters this year in RIZIN and Deep and other promotions. I think we're gonna see a K resurgence. I think this year.
Japan versus Korea mini series at RIZIN 46.
Yes, yeah. Surf SMW says I wouldn't look over Yuri. She's a smart striker, fights all, and hits pretty hard. Got good wrestling defense too. Not like Reina will wrestle, but lol. So J Wolf, who do you think will win this fight? I think I know who you're gonna pick, but
you already know I'm going with. That's my striker queen, Reina. Absolutely gorgeous fighter, just beautiful striking and beautiful looking woman. I want her to win so bad. My only concern is that she cut her hair short. I'm worried about the Samson effect. So it just will that take her power but I think she'll be able to overcome that, and also the cage effect for her. She's
lost in the cage every time, J Wolf. So I know.
I know she's in the cage and she cut her hair short for the Samson effect. I mean, geez, it's the scaring me a little bit. We gotta tell you, because like Surfer Wolf said, it's not Yuri Shim is not some scrub fighter. So it's like this is another stiff test for Reina in the cage. So I just hope she can make it happen and get that W in the cage finally.
Just want to give a shout out to the WMMA scene, who says it's a toss-up. Had a great show with CJ this last week, covering all the stuff that's going on in Joshi MMA, women's MMA in Japan, Deep Pancreas, including this fight as well. Mike, your thoughts?
I'm going to go with Rena on this one too. WMA scene now came up. I was about to say, isn't Road FC in a cage mostly, or if at all?
She's only fought in a cage, which he's okay.
So there's the experience advantage there, and the fact that she fights tall, I would think that would make her open for Rena's body punches, and Rena's awesome body puncher. So, like I said, I expect her to be very sharp training at Tiger Muay Thai. I don't think this will go to the ground. I would expect Rena to be more aggressive. I think she's been too tentative in her recent fights, and I do think she's going to win with a body shot knockout.
So I'm going to have to pick Reina as well. Let's see how she looks, though. I mean, she didn't look too bad against Claire. At points, she looked bad, but overall, she looked pretty good. We'll see if this is the fight that shows that she's still in it to win, as they say. I think she will. I don't know if he's going to finish her. I think she should be able to outstrike her for all 3 rounds for this fight.
Better technique,
if not,
it's faster.
Absolutely, exactly everything that you said. Naoki Inoue versus Shoko Sato, which I didn't have on my bingo card again this year. J Wolf.
Oh, you know what? I think it's probably gonna be Inoue, but you never know. Shoko Sato's a good fighter too, so it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. But remember, this on Tap All, this is supposed to be the main event. So we were wondering how the fight order was going to play out, and we were wondering if they were going to have Satoshi-san be the main event.
Which they did. Talk about that. I was actually surprised they put Satoshi, and I figured they're going to do either Hagiwara or Inoue. I thought they would just do Souza third.
You would think that the lightweight champion would be headlining an event, though. But
I was at the RIZIN show where he fought Spike, and he was third from the card down.
Yeah, but
he was champion. He was still champion then because he beat.
But it wasn't a title fight. And
Yeah,
there
but it
were
was
two
not a
other
title.
fights.
He hasn't defended his title at all once.
And,
It's all been not.
and it was Inoue versus Archuleta and Kai versus Matoya. So yeah,
Yeah, that was the main event. Kai versus Matoya was the main event. Yeah,
it should have been.
yeah. Also, Shiba's in season 2 of Physical 100. I
Ah,
forgot. WMMAC, you mentioned that. So Akiyama was on last season's.
was.
So yeah, get the Physical 100 rub. Sorry, J Wolf. So what were you saying about Inoue and Sato? Do you have a pick?
Yeah, I want to go with Inoue. He's coming off the loss to Juan Archuleta, so he's looking to right the ship. But I think Sato is coming off a win or two, so I mean he's going to be a tough opponent as well. So it's kind of like another toss. I mean this is a really good matched card right here, I think. So, but yeah, I'm going to go with Inoue.
How about you, Mike? What are your thoughts?
Same. I'm gonna go with Inoue by submission, late like round 3. I do think that Shoko Sato is just solid overall, but I think Inoue's grappling is better and it's so dynamic that I do think he'll find a way to submit Sato late.
So here's the thing. I would have said this if this fight was booked before the Ota fight. I think Sato is too much of a veteran. He's very smart. He knows what he has to do to get a win. He fought the Ota fight perfectly. Ota fought that fight horribly, and Sato, I think he knows what he's getting into. Sato has long wins over some of the best in MMA. I think he's gonna be able to eke out decision. And I don't know. I don't want to say that Inoue's getting shot, but man, listen, he's getting injured a lot. That's all these injuries that he's getting. They gotta take a toll. They gotta take a toll on you.
They do.
And he's only in his 20s. That's also not that good, unfortunately. Yeah, so I'm gonna give this a Sato win. I think this is gonna be the veteran's gonna know how to win this card, win this fight. Excuse me. Co-main event.
An old veteran.
Yeah. Co-main event: Koji Takeda, Kyoei Hagiwara. If I can, did I add this? Did I totally forget that? Oh no, there it is. Okay, so yeah. Mike, your thoughts on this? I think we're not looking forward to this.
No, I do think it's going to be a hump fest and suplex fest by Takeda. Unless Hagiwara hits him with a perfect shot, I think he's going to get badly out wrestled for 15 minutes.
J Wolf?
I love this fight as well. I mean, I can see why it's a co-main event because you guys remember Koji Takeda is dropping down a weight. We don't know how he's going to look at this new weight class of featherweight, right? Could the weight cut drain him? I mean, how's it going to go? And Hagiwara has been showing improvement on his grappling and takedown defense in each one of his fights. So I think it's a pretty good one. And like Mike was saying, Koji Takeda, he's a suplex machine. So, I mean, this is a prime candidate for a suplex fest. I love those.
Sorry, J Wolf. So here's the thing. I was just mentally going in my history, and a lot of fighters who start at a higher weight class and then go down, as far as I can mentally remember, a lot of them don't do well.
Randy Couture.
Heavyweight's a little bit different, but if I was thinking about Frankie Edgar, Jose Aldo,
Patricio Pitbull. Patricio Pitbull was chasing the three belt strap, went down to featherweight or went down to bantamweight.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
and he was so drained, he couldn't do nothing against Sergio Pettis. So could that happen here with Takeda?
Well, here's the thing as well.
I can give you an example in boxing. Former heavyweight champion Chris Bird, he tried to move down from heavyweight to cruiserweight. He was just completely gone because of that.
Didn't also Hatton? Didn't Hatton start at a higher weight class and then went down to fight Mayweather? Or am I misremembering that?
No, he moved up. He moved up.
Oh, he moved up. Excuse me.
Welterweight.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, the other thing is that Takeda's been in wars, man. He's been in some insane wars. He got knocked out by Tofik.
Yep.
Brutally knocked out.
Dominant.
I can see your point, Mike, and I can see your point, J Wolf. Because here's the thing: if Hagiwara somehow took wrestling defense classes every day up until the day of this fight, and he's able to defend everything, yeah, I think that he can knock out Takeda. But if he didn't, and obviously we've seen how he does with wrestlers, grapplers, then it's just going to be takedown submits. How Hagiwara loses most of the time. I don't know. It's very hard to tell. It's depending on what like Jay Wolf said, how drained the kid is. If Hagiwara survives that first round, I think that will be the best opportunity for him. I think Takeda is going to try to go for that suplex in the first round, and if he can't get that takedown suplex, he's gonna be gone by second round.
Yeah, and there's also another factor. Takeda is almost all muscle.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm interested to see how he's gonna look at the weigh-in and how he's gonna fight. But I'm gonna maybe err on the side with Jay Wolf. I'm going by history as well. People who move down tend to not do so well, and I'm gonna pick Hagiwara, even though on paper,
yeah,
should be a mismatch. You gonna bring up a point, Mike?
I was going to say I want to see how he as you said, how Takeda looks at the weigh-in. The fighter that I can recall that was just looking gaunt, or as Larry Merchant used to say, on death's doorstep, was Eric Morales, the great former multi-weight Mexican world champion. He had a hell of a time at several points in his career, making like 122, 126. He looked like ridiculously trained.
So I just thought of another fighter, TJ Dillashaw. Remember when he went down to flyweight?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, and that was like he got the beating of his life. I forgot who did he face again.
Wasn't it Barral? Renan Barral?
No, 125. No, 125.
Oh, okay.
Who the fuck did he? Oh, was it God of War that he fought, or was it Moreno?
Might have been Moreno, or either way. But the point is that if they're
Cejudo, Cejudo.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got destroyed by Cejudo.
Andrew, but the point is, if you're drained, it shows.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Hagiwara on this, but Takeda looks good at this. And listen, we might have another top featherweight guy in RIZIN's ranks. But this fight's we'll have to see how this fight goes.
Yeah, we'll see if he does suplexes, if he becomes a new suplex machine, and like little Hercules used to do. Remember, little Hercules.
We got the main event: Satoshi Keitaro non-title. Keitaro going down to 155 in I think he hasn't been to 155 since like the beginning of his career. Mike, thoughts on this fight?
I think this is a damn good fight, and I think it's a huge test for Satoshi. I know Keitaro's older, but he's still a well-rounded fighter. He still can punch, clearly, because he knocked out Strasser the way he was able to about a year ago, was it, roughly?
He also, don't forget, he also knocked out his brother. He knocked out Big Souza. I like that little story, by the way. I like how he's going to be fighting. He's going to be fighting both brothers.
Right. So and then and also Keitaro has good enough submissions where I think he can at least negate enough of Satoshi's grappling to make it interesting. But
sorry, that was my phone go off. Sorry.
I was like, "What is that? Joker laugh?"
I know.
But I also think that he's got to fight a damn near perfect fight to beat Satoshi.
So Jay Wolf. Based on, because the last time that Satoshi fought was against Pitbull. That last minute fight, he broke his hand, I think, in that fight as well, or his arm. I think it was his hand, actually.
Yeah, he saved the Bellator lightweight Grand Prix because he stepped in for AJ McKee like literally last minute, like the week of. Satoshi Son got off his couch and went in there to fight Patricky Pitbull.
Hey, well, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time left, so unfortunately, I'm gonna just get to the point.
Hey, well, you brought it up. I had to explain.
I know, but hold on. But listen, they can go watch a fight, but he broke his fight. That's the story. And based on that, and with Keitaro going back to 155, and what's been since, I don't think he's been there since the beginning of his career. How do you think this fight can go? It's another case of somebody going down in weights as well.
Right. And that, see how if he's draining or not. Plus, Satoshi-san is getting a full camp this time. That was the point of the whole story. Is that before that loss was because he was he just got off the couch on short notice. This time he's got a full camp. So I'm expecting the champ to regain his champ form, get back in the W column, get some get that momentum back in his corner, and then the next bout will be one way or the other. The next bout's going to be for the lightweight title for him, right? He's going to either defend his lightweight title or he's going to have to rematch Keitaro for the lightweight title if Keitaro pulls off the upset win.
Which sucks because then that puts Gustavo in the back, and he's the one who's deserving the title shot next, in my personal opinion. If Satoshi wins, that's my.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how. Yeah, if Satoshi wins, then they can do Gustavo next. That's fine. But if Keitaro wins, he's next for the title.
Mike, you have a pick?
Yeah, I'm going to go Satoshi by submission. Second round, but as I said, I do think Keitaro has enough grappling to at least negate that for a little bit, and if he's able to somehow keep it standing, it can get interesting.
Okay, J Wolf.
Yeah, no, I picked Satoshi. Remember, because he's got a full camp coming in this one.
Okay, gotcha. I thought you just mentioned he had a full camp. So I'm gonna be the dissenting voice. He already beat his big brother. I think Keitaro knows what he's getting into. Now, I'm going to go back on my thing, but about the whole going down a weight class. But even though Satoshi's striking has looked good, I still don't think he's a better striker than Keitaro.
No, absolutely.
And I think Keitaro's grappling is – he's not going to submit Satoshi, I don't think. But I think he's going to be smart enough to not fall into Satoshi's traps that Satoshi knows how to get people in. He's not going to make the same mistake that Saito made against Kleber. He's not going to make the same thing that Tofik made. I think he's going to fight this fight, a smart fight. He's going to keep it standing for as long as he can. And I think he's going to be able to defend Satoshi's takedowns in the cage environment. So I'm going to pick Keitaro to win this fight and also upset the entire lightweight division and cause it to go into chaos. I believe that he's going down to lightweight because there's nobody really at welterweight to fight other than Igor Tanabe at this point. And he, I don't know what if maybe he'll go back up once after this fight. I don't know, but we'll have to. I'm going to pay attention to the press conference, see what it's safe, whether he sticks around or not. But gentlemen. Quickly before I have to bolt out of here, and I think you two have, Mike, 3 fights you're looking forward to the most. I'll start with you, Mike.
Inoue Sato, Rena Yurishum. I'm terrible with these names. And then Yuya versus Masaya Jaki.
J Wolf?
I'm actually going to pick a kick fight for once. I'm going to go with Kimura and Bukal.
Yeah.
Mike, you steal my pick? You're still
that fight was announced. Hold on. That fight was announced yesterday, last minute. I almost forgot to add it to the balance here, so I don't blame him for forgetting that. So, Mike, do you want to redo your picks?
Yeah. Sorry, I'll do Inoue Sato, Kimura Buakaw, and then Yuya versus Masaya Jaki.
Okay, J Wolf.
Sorry.
All right, hey, I'll let you guys steal my pick here, so I'm gonna switch up my picks then.
Yeah.
Because that's
a kick. Come on,
that's a kick bout in the cage. I can't believe you guys are picking a kick bout in the cage. No, but anyways, okay, all right, no, because I love my superior rule set fights, so I got to pick 3 superior rule set fights. I'm gonna go with Koji Takeda versus Hagiwara. Love that one. And then the main event, obviously, was Satoshi-san and Keitaro. Also love that one. Going to see get clarity in the lightweight title picture in that one way or the other. And then my absolute favorite on this one, I just love it. It's my hot girl fight. My striker queen Reina and Yuri Shim, the Road FC champ. I just absolutely love that bout. I'll hopefully see some superior rules, some flying stomps from my striker queen Reina. And I want to, like I said, I want to see if she can overcome the Samson effect. I can't believe you guys didn't ask what the Samson effect was. You guys know your Bible history about Samson?
You explained it yesterday, J Wolf. And listen, I don't think the Samson. Listen, this isn't like like the Eminem. I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in like the Eminem effect and all that stuff.
Okay. Well, I was wondering what I was like. Man, I wanted them to ask about the Samson effect.
Walking under a ladder. I don't believe that. And actually, the Samson effect. Listen, Yachi could have used the Samson effect against Gustavo in his first fight. He should have probably read the Bible and be like, you know what? Maybe it'll work the opposite for me, and I can actually see where his punches are coming from anyway.
I'm just glad you actually know what the Samson effect is. Oh, you actually know some Bible history.
You explained on Jay Chris's podcast yesterday. So
yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, well, I'm still going to drop a Christ is Lord on your show real quick, just for a second. Christ is King. Go ahead. There you go. Now that's a Bible reference for you.
Okay. My three ones I'm looking forward to the most. So the 3 fights I'm looking forward to is Buakaw Kimura, unironically and ironically, Takakenshin and Cody Jerabek. I'm
nice.
Sorry.
Good pick. That's a good one. That's
we're gonna have so much fun watching that in Discord. We're gonna have so much fun watching that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna probably say, looking at all these, I'm gonna say Reina Yurishin. It's the lone women's fight in the card. I'm really looking forward to what Yurishin brings to RIZIN. I want to see how Reina, if she loses, then listen, no stamps in effect. She just doesn't do well in a cage for whatever reason.
Yeah, exactly. Just get her out of the cage, keep her in the ring for the rest of her career. Absolutely, 100%. And I'm surprised you didn't drop that as Women's History Month here for the lone women's fight.
P says, you talk like a PBC boxer. First, I'd like to thank Al Heyman and Jesus in that order.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I have to head up. I want to give you guys an opportunity to plug your shit. Mike, I know you don't have a lot. Whatever.
I don't have shit, so don't worry.
Okay.
No, Mike, you're in the RIZIN Discord.
I am. I'm Mike S. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, plug that. Come join the RIZIN Discord with us. It's a lot of fun. We watch the fights live. We talk a lot of shit during the week. I mean, it's just a lot of fun in there. It's better than Twitter, anything like that. It's not public, and you can say what you want to say in there. It's awesome. Join the RIZIN Discord chat.
Within reason. Within reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Within reason. Can't be racist or any of that bullshit. You know, and you can't but you can troll people. You can talk shit. You can troll. It's fun.
Just don't be an asshole and don't post illegal stream links. That's the only two.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Don't post illegal stream links. Don't be an asshole. But you can talk shit, troll, have a good time, bust balls with everybody. And we're all friends in there. So it's a lot of fun. So join the RIZIN Discord chat.
Plug your stuff.
I am on Twitter at JAYYOLF1. That's how you know it's me. It's misspelled. It's been that way since all the way back in like 06 when I first started commenting on Yahoo message boards. That's how you know it's me. And it's easy to search with the 2 Ys. And also in the RIZIN Discord. And also you can check out, I did a Bellator preview show with Teep to the Junk on his channel, YouTube channel, Random Acoustic Thoughts. Go ahead, and we did a nice quick little preview this time. There's less than an hour, and I get to talk. He lets me talk about RIZIN and K1 and all that good stuff. So check that out. So follow me on Twitter, and if you're a real person, I'll follow you right back. I follow back immediately, and join the Discord, and then check out my previews I do with Teep as well, and I do review shows. Focus Fights with Jay Krish. Come on.
And you're going to be on City Life Project Isha show this week, I think, right?
Yes. Hopefully to be on his show on Thursday. Hopefully that's the time to be for that one. Yeah, Isha City Life Project. Gosh, thanks, Drew. You reminded me of all this good stuff.
My co-host Jacob Sherry at Chris Gary 92. Oh, actually, no, that's his old one. I don't have. Oh, fuck, I forgot he got locked out the other one. Anyway.
Yeah, you know no one. It's Jay Krish. It's simple. Yeah, just Jay and then Krish. So that's his nickname.
That's his link tree. Everybody, if you use Linktree, and that's the Twitter channel. And remember, it's on RIZIN.tv this weekend. Subscribe for however much it is for the year or for a month. And we'll be seeing everybody coming to Discord. We'll be talking to fights, and hopefully, everybody who joined in. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to my guests who came in at the last minute. Appreciate it. The support as always. Take care, everybody.
Welcome. Hey, remember, also, we're talking about Pride FC. Pride never die. Pride is rising. Peace.